all relationships are exclusive. We are the community of God. And the others a little bit, but we don't fool around with anybody else. In other religions where ultimate reality is the ground of your being, self, beyond all words, religion is merely a vehicle to get you into a spiritual experience. It's a vehicle. Mahayana means Maha, great vehicle. Okay? So, you will see in the film, you say, my goodness, animism and Brahmanism is mixing with Buddhism here. Nothing the matter with that. That's a problem for us as Christians or as people who belong to Jewish faith or Islam. But for others, they would say, what's the matter? You have a car, you have a bicycle, sometimes you walk. It's a vehicle. It's the experience that matters and not the vehicle. And so you will see Thai Buddhists, they will practice spirit worship, animists, with the spirit house, and they may go to the Hindu temple in the evening. So Thai Buddhism is the religion of Thailand, but it mixes. We also have animism, those spirit houses. That meets my day-to-day needs with getting a lottery ticket, passing the exam, getting even with the boss, getting pregnant, getting unpregnant. Okay? My day-to-day needs are met by animistic worship, even amulets. Buddhism takes care of my next life. I make merits to the monks and to the temple, what for my next life. So I come up. I don't want to become a frog. I want to come up a little bit when I'm reborn. So Buddhism takes care of my next life needs. But Buddhism is egalitarian. The Buddha said, no caste. You got a problem. Because Thailand, we have a very hierarchical structure of the king, the families around it. It's very much like a pyramid. We even use that commonly when a girl would be speaking to her, she would be my senior. And she might address her as my junior. It's right written into the language. So how do you affirm the royal structures? Well, they had a war with Cambodia, Angkor Wat, which was Brahmin. And they brought back the Brahmin priests. And all the court ceremonies, the coronation of the king we just had, the funeral for the previous Thai king, the plowing ceremony to determine the nature of the crop next year, all those ceremonies are Brahmin. And they are not like Hinduism today, if you went to the temple on Sealam Road here. It's ancient Brahmanism. The priests wear a white robe and a special hat, and they're trained in this special temple here. So Brahmanism affirms the social structures. Buddhism takes care of your next life needs, and animism takes care of my day-to-day needs. And they're not layered, they interpenetrate. And there's nothing wrong with that. Why not have more than one vehicle? It's experience, the spiritual experience that counts, not the...
Do you ever come across an instance where you have like, I don't want to use the word, but like different religious beliefs that are conflict with each other?
Religion has been one of the greatest sources of war and enmity between peoples.
Right now,
I think that if we had any caste being in Asia, because they don't need another religion, they already have one. All right? They ain't coming because they need a religion. I think that it's to kind of build up relationships between religions. And that starts at just good neighborliness in the States. Learning a little about the Muslim family living next door, when are their feast days, and maybe bringing them a little present. It's just trying to lessen those kind of tensions. Look what just happened in Myanmar with the Rohingya. I walk over in Myanmar in refugee camps in genocide. Look how many times we, who are supposed to be a Christian nation, have made war on other peoples in the Middle East and everything else. You know, religion has been a great source of blessing and benefit, and has equally been a great source of enmity. And so yes, here in Thailand we've had problems in the south of Thailand with Muslims. Wahhabi preachers coming in from Saudi Arabia have stirred that population up, saying we should be an Islamic state. with the Sharia law. We're the majority, not the Buddhists. So the government has worked very hard. So have Muslim leaders. I work with the Muslim Peace Institute here, and the Buddhist monk to say lessen those tensions. Wherever you have it, try to lessen. You know, it's so easy just to start it, and you are too young to remember. In my own time, 6 million Jewish people were murdered under prejudice of what they were. You say, why? You know, how did that ever happen? That we all participated in a way, you know?
What about, is there animosity between like animism and Brahmanism and Buddhism?
No.
It's all,
Buddhism is extremely tolerant, and as I said, those religions, other than the three Semitic religions, they're very different when you look at it, and the spirituality is in every religion. I'm both contemplative, I practice meditation with the Buddhist monk, and prophetic, I belong in the Christian stream spiritual. One will have masters, the other priest, one will have word and revelation, the other silence and enlightenment. One will have peace and justice concerns, the other cosmic concerns. I could delineate those. They're quite different, but I said that most of the Asian religions are very tolerant, Buddhism is extremely the most tolerant religion I've met. And yet I must admit, working in Burma, there was a Buddhist monk who stood up all the hatred against the Rakhine Muslims, you know.
And so, can I ask a question? So for you talked about that sense of the transcendent and just kind of connecting the whole sense of oneness and understanding the divine within the ground of your own being. And then also that sense of the Semitic religions, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism as more of a relationship with God. So you're sort of like living in this stream between two of them. You are a Christian brother, and you are living in, working, not living, but working in a Buddhist monastery every day. So it seems like you're kind of like really moving between that understanding of the transcendent and that God-human relationship. So those kind of like you're living in between those two places and within those at the same time. Is that right? Would you say that, or how would you describe that?
At the deepest level, we are really one. At a point beyond all words and beyond all ideas, we're already one. I'm going to quote somebody who I like very much, Thomas Merton, who was a Catholic monk who died here in Asia, here in Bangkok actually, but he was asked to speak in Kolkata, and he was addressing Buddhist and Hindu monks, and he said, and communication at the deepest level is not communication, but communion. Now, communion we know when we commune with the sunset, or wordlessly. When my father was dying, I went home to care for him in Egypt, and my mother would say, "What's the matter, dear?" And I said, "He didn't say anything." They were communicating after 50 years of marriage at a completely different level than I was at in the room. So communication at the deepest level is not communication, but communion. It is beyond all words. It is beyond all words, all ideas, and all concepts. Not that we discover a new unity. My dear brothers and sisters, and speaking to non-Christians, we discover, not that we discover a new unity, we discover our original unity. We are already one, but we imagine that we are not. And what we have to do is recover our original unity. What we have to be is what we are. So, I come from the West. In the West, we have clothed Jesus Christ in doctrines and dogmas that make him irrecognizable to his Asian brothers and sisters. They don't recognize him like they recognize the Buddha or Lao Tzu. And the Christ I bring to Asia must come from within me, not from without. And if I have discovered Christ within me, I have also discovered the Lord Buddha and the Prophet Muhammad. The journey is the same. Ultimately, what is the difference between selflessness, which is the heart of Christianity? He or she who loses himself will find himself. And emptiness, which is the heart of Buddhism, egolessness for oneself, and nothingness, which is the depth of Taoism. If, I suppose, we try to analyze them up here, we will see the differences. The Western mind works outwardly, objectively, and tends to analyze things. And the Asian mind tends to work intuitively and see the relationships. Nobody in Asia, my master told me from India, will ever ask you about the uniqueness of Jesus Christ. They will ask you how Jesus relates to everything else. You see. It's just always been a gift. When I worked in the Middle East for a number of years, Islam was a gift to me. Did I become half Muslim? No, I didn't. But Islam woke up to me to truths about my own Christian faith that I didn't see. When they said to me, you know, the Surah Maryam, or Jesus was the most important thing next to the Prophet Muhammad, he saw only the will of God. I thought, geez, that's in my religion, but I never thought about it. The will of God is big. And yet when I went back to read the scriptures, Jesus says over and over, not my will but thine, I seek only the will of God. I said, it woke me up to a truth in my own religion that I was not seeing very clearly. And that is very true about Buddhism too. It wakes me up to a level of compassion that